In this video, we are going to estimate differences. So just as a refresher, to estimate means to kind of make an educated guess. So we're not going to find our exact answer. We're going to take a guess based on a quicker method to figure it out. So it's sort of quicker. We're not doing the exact math. All right, so in order to estimate, let's go ahead and read this first. Aiden is playing Hearts, the card game, with his friend. Out of 82 games, he has lost 35. Estimate how many games Aiden has won. Okay, so to start this, to estimate, I like to round. So for this one, we're going to round to the nearest 10, which is rounding down. So that's 80. Okay, and then this one, we're going to go ahead and round up to 40 because our ones place is a 5, so we go up. All right, so that's 40. And this is an easy peasy subtraction problem. 40 is our answer. So it's not our exact answer, remember, but it's about the right answer. So then we can close this and say that he has won about 40. Okay, Kayla is playing Hearts, the card game, with her friend. Out of 82 games, she has lost 15. Estimate how many games Kayla has won. All right, so we're going to take 82 and we're going to round down. So that's going to be 80. And we're going to take 15 and round up to 20. And then we're going to subtract because remember, we're estimating differences. Difference is subtraction. 0 and 8 minus 2 is 6. So she has won about 60 games. Brianna is raising 77 caterpillars. That's a lot of caterpillars. But 41 of them morph into butterflies. Estimate how many caterpillars she still has. So again, when we're estimating differences, we're going to be doing subtraction. And to estimate, we're sort of doing an educated guess, so we're rounding. So 77 rounds up to 80. And 41 rounds down to 40. And then we subtract. So we know 80 minus 40 is 40. So therefore, she still has about 40 caterpillars. Matilda is raising 89 caterpillars, but 33 of them morph into butterflies. Estimate how many caterpillars she still has. All right, so 89 is going to round up to 90. 33 is going to round down to 30, and then we subtract. 90 minus 30 is 60. So she has about 60 caterpillars. Mason is playing Hearts, the card game, with his friend. Out of 66 games, he has lost 26. Estimate how many games Mason has won. Okay, so this one, we could do our normal rounding method, but we could also look if our total games is 66 and he's lost 26, we know that there's no way that he could have won 80 because the total amount of games was 66. So for this one, we could just go ahead and use our common sense and say, well, he's won about 40. Hannah is raising 69 caterpillars, but 21 of them morph into butterflies. Estimate how many caterpillars she still has. So again, we could do the same thing that we did last time. 69, which is the total, is less than 80. So if only a part of this total is still remaining, we know it has to be less. So that means 50 is the correct answer. Samantha has 70 games on her computer, but needs to clear up some space on the hard drive. If she deletes 17 games, estimate how many she has left. So we'll do this one the long way. So 70 just stays at 70. And then we are going to subtract. 17 rounds up to 20. And 70 minus 20 is 50. So she has about 50 games left. Kaylee has 65 games on her computer but needs to clear up some space on the hard drive. If she deletes 31 games. Estimate how many she has left. So again, I'm going to do the guessing way because we know the total is 65, and when we're estimating differences, we're subtracting. So we're not adding. We're going to be subtracting from 65, which means it cannot be bigger. So it can't be 90. It has to be 40. That has to be the correct answer. All right, now these problems are getting a little bit trickier because we're dealing with bigger numbers. Okay, so if there are 797 songs on an album, but you only like 105 of them, estimate how many songs you didn't like from the album. Okay, so we're still estimating differences, so we're still going to be working with subtraction, but this time we're going to have to round a bigger number. All right, so 797, we're rounding our hundreds place, okay? So we are going to go ahead and round that up to 800. And we're going to round this one down to 100. Okay, and then we go ahead and subtract. And I know off the top of my head, 800 minus 100 is 700. So there was about 700 that we did not like. All right, Sweetie Pie Baking Company had 923 eggs. Employees used 493 eggs to make cherry pie. About how many eggs are left? Choose the better estimate. Again, so we're working with hundreds, so we're going to round to the nearest 100. Okay, so 923. 23 is less than 50, so we're going to go ahead and round down to 900. And 493 is going to round up to 500. And then we will subtract. So 900 minus 500 equals 400.